Good morning. This is Margaret Peggy Dillon checking in with a short nurturing yoga practice to bring us all into the present moment as we, moment to moment, hour to hour, day by day, find our way through this very challenging time of the coronavirus. I'd like to begin with a short centering, and I would like to dedicate this practice to all of the healthcare professionals who are in the field, on the front lines, risking their lives to try to save people, cure people, take care of those who are in most need as a result of this virus. So if you would like to join me, feel free to take a moment to set up your space. This is my living room. This is where I practice usually when I'm at home and where I have clients come into this warm and lovely space. I have intentionally set up what I would call kind of a sanctuary, sacred space for the practice, knowing that we all need to find our safe haven. So this is mine. I have a Buddha statue with a candle in it, Kuan Yin, who helps us to deal with suffering by taking away suffering. That's her job as a goddess, is to hear the prayers and the cries of those who are suffering and to help to heal them and relieve them of their suffering. I also have an eye pillow. I have a blanket, very snug, warm, comfortable, soft blanket. And I have a pillow, which is something that you just might want to have when we're on our back some of the time, to put underneath your legs and knees so that your lower back can really receive the support of the earth. And I have a block. Some of you may not have blocks, and that's fine. You could use a book, and it comes in different widths or heights, so you can turn it flat so that it's lower. You can turn it sideways so that it's a little higher. And I wouldn't recommend using it on the highest level. Not for today's practice, and we may not use it at all today, but we'll see. So these are just some tools that you can have, and of course, your trusty yoga mat. If you don't have one, you can use a blanket by laying it out on a carpet or on your floor and cushioning it as much as you need. All right, so on this beautiful day, March 23rd, 2020, as we come into the present moment, I invite you to find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting in Sukhasana, and I always sit on a pillow. That's another prop I forgot to mention. I have a pillow that I sit on because of my chronic arthritis in my knees. So it helps me to really sit tall. My knees do not open wide, my hips do not open wide. So feel free to find your comfortable seat. And other options are to take your feet out, place the soles of the feet together, allow the hips and knees to open naturally to whatever degree they do. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Or if you prefer and you're more comfortable for our centering, you can just stretch your legs long and kind of let them relax. Do what feels comfortable to you. Listen to your body. Make adjustments. Feel free to do what I do in your own way, or not do it, and just take some breaths and sit comfortably if there's something that you're not feeling is good for your body. This is meant to be a slow moving, nurturing and grounding practice, really bringing us into connection with the root chakra that connects us to the earth. It includes the whole area of our body, the pelvis, the hips, the sacrum, our legs, all the way down to our feet. So take a moment, find your comfortable seat. You might notice that my eyes close a lot. It's something that helps me to go inward. I encourage you to do what feels right for you. If you have any history of trauma or any difficulty or uncomfortableness with closing your eyes and going inward, you can still go inward without closing your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. So whether your eyes are open or closed is your choice. You can just gaze gently down, let your eyelids get a little bit heavy, and look at a spot a couple feet on the floor in front of you. Okay, so we will start. Let's take a moment and inhale, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and we'll do that again. Shoulders forward, up, back and down, and then coming into a seated posture that you can stay in for the next few minutes or move in and out of. Your palms might like to be facing down, gently caressing your knees, and you can always do a little gentle massage there. I tend to particularly pay attention to knees, but knees are also a good place to nurture in general. Palms down is for grounding and connecting to yourself, to your root chakra, to your energy that connects you to your grounding and support. Palms open if you feel in a receiving mode and you want to imagine yourself sharing this with others who might be watching with you or with me. I'm here to support you. So find what feels good to you in this moment and gently bring your awareness inside and begin to notice your breath. Without needing to do anything, simply be in the moment, tune in, bring your third eye awareness to inside of yourself in whatever way you do that, letting your focus, your intention, and your attention go inside to your awareness of your breath. And just be with that breath like you're riding a gentle wave. Notice as you inhale, there's an expansion in the torso. Perhaps it's small, perhaps it's medium, perhaps you have a big belly breath immediately. Just noticing how you are breathing and knowing that our breath is something we can easily begin to shift to bring more of the parasympathetic response into our body, mind, and spirit. That is the response called the relaxation response that allows us to come home to ourselves, to decrease our stress, slow down our heart rate, bring fresh oxygen into our lungs and throughout our whole body. So take a few minutes and allow that breath to expand through the belly, chest, all the way up now. We're beginning to shift the breath a little consciously up to the collarbones on the inhale. And then on the exhale, count 6 and slowly imagine your breath leaving your lungs, the oxygen leaving the lungs, carbon dioxide going out, oxygen coming in. And at the very end of the exhale, press your navel gently to your spine. This is called 3-part or Dirga breath. So once again, we're going to inhale, expand belly. If you like, you can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And as you expand, that expansion comes up through the body, from the belly, through the rib cage and the diaphragm area, the lungs, all the way up to the collarbones, with a tiny little feeling maybe up into the throat. It's a big breath when you make it a big breath. And then exhale, gently release the carbon dioxide, the stale breath, by gently bringing your awareness to the upper chest, maybe even a little gentle press into the area of the ribs, sides, and front. And then at the very end of the exhale, a gentle press, pressing the navel toward the spine to allow a full release of the carbon dioxide from the lungs, emptying out the lungs. So we'll take the next few breaths doing the 3-part breath on your own. Find your own breath rhythm, inhaling and exhaling. If you'd like to count, you could inhale for 5, exhale for 7, and if you'd like to pause, you could pause for a moment at the top of the inhale, retention of breath, and you could pause at the end. Just feel your way through what feels just like the right amount of inhale, exhale, and holding of breath. So take 3 of those on your own breath. Full 3-part Dirga breath. Maybe opening the mouth on the exhale and really becoming aware of the gentle inhale and exhale, filling up to capacity, riding that wave in, and then exhale, release, ride the wave out, gently pressing the navel toward the spine at the end of the exhale. I want to include option for the Ujjayi or victorious breath. Victorious breath is a wonderful breath for these crisis times, one that can help us to feel in touch with our own power and also bring heat and energy into our body. So if you would like to join me in that, take an inhale through the nose, just as we've been doing, but it's a focus for the Ujjayi breath is really on the belly. So inhale into belly, exhale by contracting the throat, pressing the belly and the navel toward the spine. It's called the Darth Vader sound, the sound of a wave, the sound that you would make if you were going to hum. So try that. Inhale. Or if you were as if you were fogging a mirror, only you close your lips. Try it once more. It's a little tricky to get comfortable with. So you may use, during this practice, victorious breath, inhale and exhale through the nose. You may use the three-part breath, Dirga breath. You may use your natural breath as it comes and goes. The most important thing about the breath is that it is the most important part of the practice. So we always want to keep referencing back to how are we breathing. And there's a chance during this time of tension we might be holding our breath. So notice if you're holding your breath. The way you notice that is you start to feel tense or tight or a little lightheaded. And then you know, oh yeah, it's time to either exhale or inhale. Usually we're holding our breath in and we just want to let out a big exhale and take in a nice deep cleansing breath like this. Let it out with an audible sigh. So let's bring our hands to our heart space to complete our centering. And take a moment to set your intention, perhaps as a community, if you're watching this or you're with me now in this practice. We take a moment to dedicate this to our own healing, well-being, to those in our close family, friend circle, to those a little bit further out in that circle in our community, those interacting still in the world, perhaps because they're working, perhaps because they have responsibilities. And then further out to the larger community around us, if we each do this, becomes larger and larger. And especially out to anyone working in a place of danger of contracting the virus, especially anyone working in the healthcare field or direct services. So let's inhale together. Exhale, let's send positive energy out to all those circles of people around us and bring that energy back to ourselves. So once again, inhale. Exhale, take that energy from our lungs and heart, send it out to our immediate circle and every part of the circle beyond that, to the global world, the entire world. And once more, inhale. Exhale, offer healing energy as far out into the globe as you can imagine. And then bring that healing energy that we send out back to ourselves. Take a moment to take that in. And I often come into Garuda Mudra, which is placing the crossed hands over the heart, or Namaste, Anjali Mudra, which helps us to connect with the divine in each of us, the spirit that nurtures us, the spirit that sustains us through our physical, mental, emotional struggles, of which this is a major time. Well, let's inhale, and on the exhale, together we will sing the song of Om to invite universal healing. So let's inhale. Big inhale. Exhale, release the hands. And it just occurred to me to perhaps pause here. I can't see how long this has been, but this might be just what you need for today. So I'm going to end with just the centering for this segment and give you the opportunity to follow along if you would like with a grounding and centering meditation such as we have just done. If you'd like to sit for a little longer, I believe that's what I will do, and focus on your breath, focus on drawing in positive healing energy while you ground yourself, imagining roots from your sits bones, your legs, your feet, down into the earth, anchoring you, supporting you, sustaining you. Invite Mother Earth to help us heal. And take a few minutes here to breathe and to keep coming back to the breath. It's a time when our minds are so tempted to become monkeys and jump all around, or our bodies to become flitting from one activity to the other, whether it's cleaning or gardening or taking a walk or watching the news or feeling we must be doing something. Take a moment to come here to your cushion, your pillow, your mat, your couch. If you don't have a mat and want to sit in your favorite chair, just feel like your back is supported and your spine is long, your neck is long, and you're connecting from the root chakra in your sits bones and lower body all the way up through the 7 chakras to the crown of your head. This is a great position and posture for meditation, to have a strong, solid seat, to have a long spine, to have a long neck, to have shoulders drop down and back at any time you feel the shoulders creeping up. Gently inhale, lift them up, press them back down, press the shoulder blades to the spine, and just come back to comfortable seat, Sukhasana. I'll leave you now with this, and I'll be back soon with a short practice that focuses on grounding through being on our backs on the earth. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. May all people begin to be free from suffering. May those who are ill heal. May those who are well stay well and follow the guidelines to keep everyone well. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.